fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, good God. Good gracious.
Lord of fuckulatritiousness, right?
Fuckulatritiousness. Hello, I'm Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And this is the Nothing Sacred show for the 12th of June, 2018. And I am fucking tired and I've had a shit day at work. So fuck all you.
Oh, shit. And then plus we had some technical issues before we started.
Yeah, so
we're
going to see how...
the luck of the butt fuck.
How this goes.
That's all right, man. It's been kind of a butt fuckulous month already, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, you seems like you've had some butt fuckulous times, I guess.
Well, I'll tell you, man, that not this past Friday, but the Friday before was fucking horrible, dude. Like, the day was good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I got picked up from work when shit started getting fucked up, dude. Because first of all, I had this paratransit driver who's like, he's a dumbass, dude. I've had him a bunch of times, and every time, dude, he forgets how to get me home. You know, he always has to ask me, did I pass it? Do I have to make a U-turn? Do I? You know, he's just a dumb, white trash, dumb shit, you know? Yeah. And so he picks me up. Then we go pick up this other guy in a wheelchair. And we got this other girl on the bus who, it's funny because she lives close to where I live, and she goes to an adult daycare by my work, you know, like just up the street from my work. And she's she talks, but it's very difficult to understand her, man. And like certain things she says, like hi and thank you, you can understand, but everything else just sounds like I mean, she really does sound like one of the fucking two-head monsters, you know. And so he's taking her home, and he can't find her fucking house, dude. And we're going, well, it's, you know, it should be right. And so now I'm feeling bad because I'm like, well, fuck, I ride home with her every day, you know, pretty much. And you'd think I'd be able to direct the driver, but not being able to see, I can't. She's nonverbal. And of course, she'll say something, you know, she'd go, and then he's going, what? What'd you say? So he's not understanding. It's like, dude, you know, obviously you understand that her speech isn't intelligible, you know? So he has to get off he pulls over, gets off the bus. And because I guess there's a rule that drivers can't be on their phones, you know, when in the bus, so they have to park and get out and then call their dispatch. So we had to call the dispatch to get her information, you know, to find out where the house was and all that other stuff. Well, while this is going on, the old dude in the wheelchair in the back goes, are you going to be taking me home next? I really got to use the restroom.
Oh,
and I'm sorry, my bowels aren't very good, or my bowels aren't very strong, or something. And I'm like, oh no, this motherfucker is gonna shit himself. And so, man, dude, he was making sounds. He was going, oh.
And you're going, oh please, it is probably hot as fuck on there. And
Yep. So I'm getting annoyed at this fucker, and I'm like, how come you can't? I think I said something like, why can't you find her house? And he's like, because it's hard to find. It's not showing up on the GPS. And I'm just like, oh Jesus. So then we finally get her home, but of course we have another stop before we get me home, and we got this. But now I'm kind of concerned about this guy because I don't want him shitting on the bus, dude. You know, and so we get to the dialysis place, and true to form, like most dialysis places, they don't have the guy ready that they're picking up. You know, they always, you know, they'll show up and they still got him on the table, and they've got tubes in them or whatever the fuck they do. And so we got to wait for this guy. So I'm thinking, dumbass, why don't you untie this guy's wheelchair, let him off the bus so he can go in, use the restroom, and then he'll be fine. And I think I even said something to the driver. I was like, that guy back there is, and he goes, yeah, I know. I can't do anything about it. And I'm like, oh, Jesus. So then we finally get the dialysis guy on board. You know, of course, he doesn't let Mr. Shit off the bus, so who knows? He may have shit himself by the time he got home. But we get to my complex, and these Yankee Tinks install a fucking new phone box, a new phone box for the gate. And so I give him my card, and he gets off, and he goes, there's no sensor here. And I'm like, what? And, you know, later I found out it was because there's a new phone box that doesn't have a sensor. So now what he has to do is he has to call my actual gate code, and which rings to my cell phone, and I have to buzz him in. But at the time, I just thought he was a dumbass. You know, I thought it was more dumbassery. So I'm like, oh, geez, dude, there's a sensor right there. You just wave it in front of the thing. He goes, well, it's not working. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, we finally get in. He drops me off. I'm off the bus. I come up here. I have dinner. I'm watching little live PD and all that. So then I decide to go out to the Rum Runner, which I probably shouldn't have fucking done. And I go out, and do you remember me telling you about this fabuloso that was hitting on me a few months ago?
No, I think
the one that wanted to take me to the Crown and Anchor.
Oh, I think so. Was that the one who talked to the bartender and said, "I'm
stealing him."
Stealing, yeah, okay.
Yep, that's the guy. Well, he happened to be in there that night, dude. And of course, he sits next to me, and so he starts eating, dude. And he was all happy to see me and shit. And then he kept commenting on how I have such a nice American accent, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, your voice is just, you have such a strong voice and such a great American accent, and I'm like, dude. And so finally, after a few drinks, I'm like, hey man, let me ask you, are you gay? Just be honest with me, man. I'm totally cool with the fact if you're gay. And he's like, no, why do you think I'm gay? Why are you saying that? And I'm like, dude, some of the shit you're saying is just inappropriate, man. And you just don't say certain things like that to a man. So, and the guy who was sitting next to me was kind of, co-signing me, like, yeah, dude, yeah, you don't say those kind of things to a guy. It's just inappropriate, And then he was asking me if I wanted to go to this golf game with him the next day. And I'm like, dude, I really don't get into golf, so it wouldn't really be. And he's like, oh, I fucking hate golf. And I'm like, then why are you going?
Why do you want me to go? Why do you want me to go too?
Yeah, exactly. Well, apparently he said he was going to go there and pass out some brochures or flyers or some shit. And I'm like, oh, that's even gayer, dude. Like, what am I going to do going hanging out with you when you pass out your flyers, So I'm like, nah, man, I got to work the next day, because I did have to work the next day, but it wasn't until like later, like 11. So that's why I figured I'd go out for a little bit and then come home.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So either the guy's gay or he's socially retarded, because there was just some things he just wasn't conceptualizing,
Got it.
So now I figure I'm taking off. I'm done with my beer. I settle up, all that. So I call Go-Go Grandparent, and I get picked up, and of course, when we get back to my complex, I've got to buzz the driver in. So I buzz the driver in, and, so the guy parks. I get out of the car, whatever. I come upstairs, and I reach in my pocket. I'm, taking the stuff out of my pockets, like my keys and my wallet, and guess what's not in my pocket?
Oh, shit.
My phone.
Yeah. And this is why freaking everybody out, by the way.
I freaked the fuck out. You thought you guys were freaking out. And I'm going, oh my God, I got an event tomorrow, and how am I going to buzz the driver in, and how am I going to get a hold of Kraken? Anyway, yeah, long story short, you and Kraken were trying to get a hold of me. And, finally when I saw Kraken at the event, I was like, dude, I said, you're not going to fucking believe this. I don't have a phone. I lost my phone.
Because my perspective is, I'm sitting there chilling. He gives me a call. Goes, dude. He goes, I'm sitting here. He goes, I can't get a hold of Max. I can't do anything right now. And I'm like, oh, and that's just not like you. Like, you're not just gonna do that. So I'm like, oh shit, what happened? Did he get? Did some dude take him to a golf course and
rape him?
Ass rape, do this shit with him, whatever, or whatever. But then when you called, how did you finally buzz the driver in?
What I had to do is I had to listen for the bus to pull up, and I walked down there, and I went up to the gate, and I said, you know what? I said, I don't think there's a sensor on that box, and I said, I don't have my phone. I lost my phone. I said, let me see if I can use the gate keypad over here, because, there's a keypad on the inside.
Yeah.
And I was entering a code, and it wasn't working, and I'm going, oh, fuck. So this lady's driving out, and I said, can you please let her in? And she's like, yeah, no problem. So she got the driver in. And I'm like, oh, thank God. So, yeah, dude, I got on the bus. I mean, you talk about feeling vulnerable and fucking just like a complete fuckbag.
Well, the thing that's interesting is, of course, now, new day and age, and you got yourself, and you never found that, of course, so it's pretty much gone.
Yeah,
your phone.
Yeah.
Phone is toasty, so you never know. Maybe he has it. Maybe he found it. He's going to call you at some time.
Oh, the driver?
No, the golf dude. Like,
no. I don't think he did. I don't think he was responsible for that at all. Dude.
No, because you had to use your phone to buzz them in, right?
Right, exactly. When we got back to my complex, so I had it with me at that point. But I think what happened is I was in a hurry. I probably didn't put it in my pocket securely enough, and then when I got out of the car, it fell out or
it
some
fell
shit.
in the car, or just something, because you were probably buzzed out of your brain.
Oh yeah, yeah. So that was a bad fucking night, man.
Yeah, bad day all around, bad night all around, and then of course you got a new phone, so everything's good on that. But still, it's just amazing though how 20 years ago,
I wouldn't have given a shit.
Of course not, because you would have had a home. You were like, oh, I got my home line, and now you don't have a home. That you don't have that. No one has home lines anymore. A lot of people don't. I certainly don't. So it's like, fuck. If you lose your phone, you're like,
you're fucked.
You're jacked in that way, especially you. So it worked out though, because for a while there, I was tripping. Like, why isn't he answering? I'm like, man, this is weird. And then, because we're just like, this is not like Max. So, but it worked out. So that worked out. So that's good.
Yeah.
And so and then
well, and this kind of thinking back to this kind of made me think of it with the gay guy at the bar or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say, dude, about gay. You know how we always say that gay parents are probably decent parents. You know what I'm saying? They probably instill some very good values in their kids.
It doesn't depend. It just depends on. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, what I was gonna say, but there's still that liberal indoctrination where everything's everyone else's fault, and you're oppressed, and you've got it whored, and shit like that, dude. Because I know some people that have gay parents, and or a gay parent, and there's just some certain behaviors sometimes, man, that I'm just
it's like. Well, I don't know if it's because of that. I just think it's because in general that's how people are today. It's always your fault. That kind of brings me to my little grump today. At least you didn't kill yourself.
Yeah, that kind of shit, dude.
Because people are fucking dropping like flies. Anthony Bourdain died. The chef dude.
Yeah, the Kitchen Confidential guy.
Yeah, he killed himself. Some other fucking but here's the thing: it's because but instead of it used to be, dude, that like you kill yourself. It's like, man, you're fucking dumbass. You fucking
You'd be ostracized.
Yeah, you gay, or at least you'd be like, it wasn't like something. But now it's like, oh, what he must have been going through, the trouble he must have. No, we all go through shit. It's almost like it's more glorified now than it has ever been.
Oh yeah,
man, he got to kill you. Hey,
you're a hero now. You're revered.
Yeah, like for instance, when Robin Williams killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was I guess someone posted some kind of article or note that said, "Now you're free, Genie," or whatever. It's like
Jesus.
Free. He fucking killed himself. He didn't free himself. He killed himself. Yeah. It's like, well now, it's like, no, it's not. It's more acceptable than it used to be, and now it's bullying. Oh, he killed himself because he was bullied. Oh, it's like, you know what? Listen, there needs to be a balance. Obviously, listen, suicide is a fucked up thing, and there's a lot of aspects to it. It's a complex thing that people go through, right?
Right.
And
right.
It's not just like, well, that whole "you're a coward" is too simple, Some people just.
Well, I think it's selfish.
I think it's selfish too. I think it's selfish, and I think you're murdering yourself basically. So you're fucking everybody else around you up over.
Now we'll say this: the only exception to this for me is if somebody's they're terminally ill and they're going to have no quality of life.
I think there's a couple. I mean, some people are just can't handle. I mean, I'm not saying I've gotten to that low, but I've been low where I'm just like, man, life is shit right now.
Oh yeah, of course, we've all been there.
You're just like, and that's everybody's been there. But people think that I guess my thing is, it is an act of cowardice in a way. It is cowardly to kill yourself.
It is
because you're giving up on life and you're giving up on everybody else, and you're selfish. But it's also not the only thing. It's like, well, you're just a coward. There needs to be more of a balance, because now it's pushing too far in the other direction, where it's like, oh, he's not a coward, he was noble, oh my god, Marcus, he's gone, and now everyone's seeing how Marcus is being treated after he kills himself, and oh my god, Marcus. The same thing with the school shooting shit, and all the shooters.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Now everybody feels, it's like, fuck, dude, this shit was going on forever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's worse now because people are more like people are giving out more information about them and glorifying them and saying, oh, well, we have to figure out what's wrong with them. Well, sometimes people are just fucked up and bad. Sometimes they're just bad people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And just like some people are cowards and they kill themselves because they're cowards. Anthony Bourdain had a 12-year-old daughter or something like that. So he's a fucking coward.
Yeah.
He's abandoned his fucking child.
Yep, exactly. Now your child has to grow up without a dad.
Regardless of how sad it is, sad, but it doesn't change the fact that these people are still doing. It's still a shitty thing to do. That's selfish and deserves to be ridiculed and reprimanded and dismissed. And
in my opinion, like I said, the only exception to that rule would be if you were you had no quality of life, and you weren't going to be able to to function or do anything, then fuck yeah, dude, then go for it. But other than that, if you're just upset because you lost a job or you lost a girlfriend or
something
similar,
or your life is rough. I mean, everybody's life is rough, and so in some points, so sometimes you just gotta man up and deal. And it seems like it's these older people too, like, you know, who maybe he did find out, maybe he found out that something was fucked up and he was gonna. But still, you got a daughter who's not of age. I mean, if you're gonna. You need to, and he had some issues, I guess, but still, the point is, part of it is cowardice, part of it is giving up and being weak. It's fucking killing yourself. You're murdering yourself.
As a matter of fact, dude, there was a guy on my Facebook just yesterday who posted some weird shit like, "I'm sorry, everybody, I just can't deal with this anymore. Don't hate me, and please remember me," or something like that. And I'm like, man. What the fuck?
That's even worse.
And some of these people just do this shit for attention.
Yeah, of course they do. They're crying out for attention a lot of times, you know, and because they're gonna get it. Because, oh my God, you killed yourself, tried to kill yourself. Oh my God,
you're a hero. Oh, we should. You know,
we need to understand. We don't condescend and don't, you know, criticize. You know, we just need to understand. Yeah, we can understand at some point, but still, you're murdering yourself. You're fucking murdering yourself, killing yourself.
Well, that's and they're giving.
You have a right to do that. You have every right to do that, and I have every right to think you're a fucking coward for doing so. So go for it.
Exactly, if that's what you want to do, but understand.
Yeah,
with
I'm
that
not going to be like, geez, he must have had it hard. No, maybe he didn't. Maybe he really didn't have it that hard, or he or she, and they're just a weak little bitch who got picked on in school. Yeah, well, life's rough, you know.
That's just the way it is. Everybody had some shit.
It's okay. It's okay to kill yourself. That's the kind of vibe we're giving out. It's all right. No, it's not.
Or it's okay to be depressed out fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you need depressants. You need this. You need, other dumb shit.
Which is ridiculous. So, but hey, you got through your ordeal that day. You lost your phone and didn't jump off your fucking balcony.
And I felt like complete shit. But I mean, what was I gonna, I'm gonna go kill myself. That'd be fucking retarded.
And some people do, like they do it because they get picked on at school or something like that. And although it's different now to get picked on because you're on all those social networks, so everyone's. But still. There shouldn't be an excuse. There should be like, yes, it's sad, it's tragic, it's fucked up, but not, well, maybe he just didn't. No, it's fucking wrong. It's a shitty thing to do to your family, to everyone who loves you, and a shitty thing to do to yourself. Yeah. And it's short-sighted, and it's fucked up. Now, if you need help, obviously, go get it. Try to find it. There's places out there, suicide hotlines, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Reach out to people.
Resources for you if you need that. You know, or I love this one. They don't have anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, dude. There's got to be. You could find a total stranger and start telling them your problems.
Yes, there's people and if you don't have anybody, then
there's probably a reason.
There may be a reason for that too. That's what I'm saying. It's not all glory and just romanticizing it. Like, well, Bobby killed himself, man. Oh my God. Then you sit around and talk about Bobby, and it's awful, and everyone's all freaked out, and oh man, Bobby, and then Jimmy over there is going, wow, I wish they treated me like they treated Bobby.
Hey, all I gotta do is slip my wrists, and then they're gonna love me too.
Exactly.
That's all I need to do. Actually, dude, speaking of rewarding bad behavior, this is a video that Randy Sutton, one of our other guests that we had on a few months ago, had posted. Apparently, there was a girl on a beach in Florida who was partying it up. She had her 1-year-old daughter with her, and she's acting unruly and stupid and whatever. Well, the cops come up to her, and they tell her, hey, look, give us your name. Who are you? What's the deal? Well, she starts fighting with the cops and arguing with the cops, and eventually the cops throw her on the ground, and they arrest her, and then it turns into, it's police brutality. Well, then she's on, I guess they had her on Good Morning America, and just the way they were talking to her, they're like, well, I couldn't imagine what you've been through and how the stuff you've had, your ordeal and, whatnot. And some people are probably very angry with you right now. And, and they're sitting there like, rubbing her clit for her.
Yeah, it's the way, but that's what happens, man. Just like the people in Starbucks.
Same shit. Rewarding bad behavior.
Because they just wouldn't leave. They weren't doing anything in there. But now everyone can go into Starbucks. There's no it's like... It's so fucking... You can just sit in Starbucks for hours and not do shit. And just
was there one... Dude, there was something recently where a chick went into Starbucks and shit on the floor?
That was a something like a Tim Hortons or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then she throws the shit at the clerk or
some
weird
shit. That's fucking awful, man. That's
what the fuck?
That's one thing I've done. I've worked in food service before, so that makes me glad that I don't work in that shit anymore. Because you people can do anything, and if you're a certain ethnicity or a certain gender, oh, you say something back. It's not because you were a dick face. It was because because they were racist or sexist or something.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
You can't do shit anymore. Yeah,
what the fuck? It's crazy. So yeah, man, and oh, my last thing, dude. More Me Too-ery is occurring with fucking. Now they got Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah, they did. What are they? What are they saying he's doing? Like how?
Oh, that he made inappropriate comments to a girl.
Yeah, he probably did once. He's a human being. He talked to a girl. Probably did say something inappropriate. Ooh.
Here's what I think's going on, dude. All right, now Hollywood. They're up to all kinds of fuckery anyway, and here comes the conspiracy side of me coming out. But dude, I think what happened was these people that are getting pegged with all this Me Too shit were saying, hey man, we don't like this Hollywood vibe and this stuff. We're not going to sit back and let you guys pull the shit you pull. So, we're going to start going public with it, or we're going to stand up against it or something. So these fuckers are like, oh yeah, you don't want to play ball? Well, we're going to get a bunch of bitches that weren't shit anyway, that never really made it in Hollywood, and we're going to make a promise to them and get them some extra, like, now we're going to have them say that you sexually assaulted them because you don't want to play our little game,
Well, I think it's more simple than that. I think feminism and women, it's a divisive thing, trying to make men afraid. Women feel it's power. It's power. It's all about power. And that's why you can accuse someone of even asking someone out now. If they don't like you, then it's a harassment. If they like you, then it's, oh my God, he asked me out. But if they don't, it's, oh my God, he harassed me. No, he did the same exact thing as that big hunky dude that did just a while ago, who you agreed to go out with, did. They're just not attracted to you, so they shouldn't be able to talk to you. It's classism, man. It's
just weird that it's happening so much in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Because Hollywood's a shit show. That's why. Yeah.
That's why, exactly. It's a shit show. There's a lot of fucked up shit going on. People doing underhanded bullshit. So, I'm sure guys like Morgan Freeman and Bill Cosby, they seem to have values and morals. And I think, they probably threatened to go public with some shit. And they were like, oh, yeah, well, we're just going to get a bunch of these chicks who never really made it.
Like,
and make them
Cosby,
a promise.
Cosby, there's a shit ton of evidence and stuff for him, too. I mean, there's a ton of stuff going on with him. Now, Morgan Freeman, I think he just said something to somebody. I don't think there was a bunch of different women that said he did.
No, there was just one. There was one main woman or two main women.
Oh my God, they said, oh, he said things to me I didn't like. See, that's fucked up. You can ruin someone's career because, and women say they don't have power. When a woman can say, oh, well, he said something. Well, you believe the woman. Listen and believe. Believe the women. No, I'll believe the evidence.
Is right.
Yeah, I'll believe the evidence. So.
Yeah,
it's fucked up, man. The world, it's the same thing as always. The world is becoming more and more fucked up. But like Morgan, I just couldn't imagine. Hello, I'm Morgan. I'm gonna stick my.
They call me the easy reader for no, that's what they call me, the easy reader.
Yeah, I'm an easy reader, man. My reading rainbow is gonna shoot down your cauldron. You're gonna fucking your pot of gold.
I'll charge you up like electric company.
Damn right. You're like charge you up like the electric company. That's right. He was electric company.
He was on electric company. He was the easy reader. That was one of his characters he played.
Yeah.
So, but not even, dude. I'm sorry. I don't believe the Cosby shit either.
I don't know. I mean, there just seems to be more evidence for that. Like a lot of different. Like there's a ton of different women for that. So it's like one or two, and it depends on what it is. Like when it's consistently like drugging you and then fucking you while you're drugged. I don't know either way. I didn't look into it too much. All I know is there's a lot of false shit out there too, and I'm not going to listen and believe. I'm going to believe the evidence. That's why I kind of lean more toward Cosby having some shit going on, just because of the preponderance of it. But with this Morgan Freeman shit, and then some other dudes, man, just getting their careers ruined.
Bunch of guys. Yeah. I mean, we're like Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Fuck, there was another
ZZ or something like that. Some dude. He asked a girl out when they got uncomfortable during, like they started fucking around and she didn't like it, so they stopped. And so, but later on she realized, oh, well, I didn't like it, and so it must have been harassment.
Or what's the Jewish dude's name? The producer guy.
Harvey Weinstein. Well, that guy's a
Weinstein. Weinstein.
Yep. He's being indicted, so there's obviously some shit going on with him too.
I don't know, man. Then there was a video.
It's never
and he was
cut and dry.
creepy.
See, that's the thing. It's not because you're doing the same exact thing. You're not believing at all without any evidence, but then you're getting upset when they believe the women without evidence. So you got to have it both. You got to be kind of in the middle and just look at things for what they are. And if you look at the Harvey Weinstein shit, there's a ton of different scenarios and different cases around him too. Now,
yeah, it's just weird, man, that it's hitting all these dudes. Oh, what was that?
Oh, that was my fucking. That was my day right there, dude.
That was the sound of your day.
Sound of my fucking day right there, dude. I just I have this like chair to hit the fucking side of my table. So.
Okay, that's all it was.
Yeah, yeah. So.
Well,
but anyway,
shit.
man. Hey, dude, we got
some fun glunnery.
We got some fun glunnery, dude. We do. So we're gonna try to play these. Hopefully, it doesn't fuck up and it works.
All right.
So we're gonna try to get some fun glunnery going.
Okay.
So
one's gonna surprise you, man. One you're gonna be like, when I tell you who it is, you're just
okay.
Gonna be
So
like,
you've heard these, right?
Yes, I've heard them.
Why
both.
are you listening to them, man? You're not supposed to listen to these, dude.
Well, they were sent to me.
Don't listen to them.
Back. Actually, the one was sent to me a couple weeks ago, and then he was like, "Yeah, man, thanks to all the DJs that are playing my shit." And I was like, "Hey, dude, we do a segment called Fun Glun." You know, so actually, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't planned for a Fun Glun.
Okay, well, it's not a Fun Glun then, because the future Fun Gluns you cannot hear it. You have to hear it first time on the show.
Okay.
So,
all right.
That's my rule. So we're gonna play this first one. It's called Addiction.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who this is by.
Doc Maninoff, and I actually interviewed him a couple years ago.
Doc Maninoff, right? Okay,
yep.
So let's listen to this and see how this sounds. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Here we go. All right, so you can hear that.
Yep.
Okay.
Thinking about you a lot, and I'm so bad at rubbing my pussy right now. And I should let your mouth instead.
All right.
Hurry up and get back at me, Poppy.
All right, let's hear him spit.
I mastered all facets of the Kama Sutra. Got broads thinking I'm super. When I'm in, I'm knocking boosters and a dude. Bad bitches say I'm a fan of you. The choice is me when they ready to get ran into. Ain't no joking. When it comes to punani poking, I leave vagina smoking from that friction, stroking, sliding in the slippery slope and get her open. Rocking box springs till the bed is broken. I like fine dimes that do that work as if it's grind time. Proficient in the brain like her name was Einstein. The threshold from love to lust, that's a fine line. If inclined, I handle that. Sip a juice like fine wine.
Nice.
I'm at you, but not thirsty. Requirements for worthy. Be stacked, slim, and curvy. I'll serve thee rather thoroughly. Sticker like a bee sting. And latest meat between them cheeks just like a G-string. It's not a secret, I'm addicted to ass. But the game in the air and I'm getting it fast. I'm coming at 'em with ridiculous stats. Pulling panties to the side so I can stick it and blast. It's not a secret, it's my mission to smash. Keep a wide range assortment of chicks in a stash. Only
okay.
the best, I ain't tripping for trash. Specialist on naked women and cash. You can find me in some hot west snatch, skeeting batter. And race is not a factor, cause all vaginas matter. That's right. I get a practice chatter. Results is heavy breathing and are covered in my data. Don't care who knows about my fetish for those that look good without clothes. Fat asses, pretty toes, and like I'm my baby, anything goes within reason. Bend you over, lick your torch, I like fresh fruit in season. Porn chicks be digging my shit. That's right. Leona Dulce listens to me while she fiddles a clip. Damelo mama, let me see if this fits. Let me tell you, this is about the best dick you gon' get. I touch hearts, babe, but not too much to handle though. But still, I'm shifting in, it's like your organ scrambled. Yo, think I'm bullshit. Hey, when I poke that camel toe, she's going shit damn motherfucker like D'Angelo. It's not a secret, I'm addicted to ass. But the game in the air and I'm getting it fast.
All right. I'm digging. Okay.
Yeah, this is dope. Doc Maninoff.
Doc Maninoff, so it's definitely a glun, man.
Glun. Good luck, you niggas. Yep.
Yep, damn right, man. So we'll go ahead and pull that one because
feeling that track.
That one. That was decent, man.
Yeah, his shit's usually pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty mellow here. So we got another one here.
Should I tell you who this person is? Because it doesn't say who it is. It's called Badup or something like that.
Badup. No, actually, you can tell me after we get started here. We're gonna listen to it now.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you play it first, then I'll tell you who it is.
By the way, is it sounding a little bit louder? Because I think I turned up.
Yeah, you did. I've noticed it cranked up a little bit during the song. That you must have done something.
Well, I stereo mixed it too, so.
Pimpin'.
I did some. Right. I upped that, but it sounds. I mean, it sounded better than the intro did.
Than the intro did. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So here's this one, and this is the second one. This is called Badup.
Badup.
All right, we're gonna have to see. Here we go. Starts off a little slow, but
Yeah, it's interesting.
Alright, here we go. What's your name and why are you standing on the American flag?
Von Abdul, my teammates, Bay. I am not a fucking Muslim. I don't know why everybody get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? But
it's weird. It's like parts of it are low.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it might have been the mix too.
Seems like it, because parts of it aren't. See.
Black skin make them hate a nigga. I'm trapped in, I never gave a middle finger to the judge or the cocksucker DA. It's a war over here, ducking shots in police raids. Quick to pull a trigger on your home or your own. Gave a nigga 25 for talking reckless on the phone. I told his son that I got him till his daddy come home. Treat your son like cash, nigga, treat him like my own. Black man targeted, white man profit when sell blocks and started get paint. Blacks incompetent, Brenda's having babies since she barely 17. Donald Trump moving in, quick to sell a nigga dream. Now he ain't supposed to have that. How much coke he sell to cop it? No notes, low mileage. Who we ride for $1, stop it. Yeah, we give a lesser things and rather get exploited. I just call it how I see it. Shit get kinda disappointed.
I tell you, life is a motherfucker. Time changing like a Rolex. Yes, I got that butter special for you cluckers. We on that 1980 type shit. I swear it's more to the game.
It's okay. It's not definitely heard worse. It's nothing like some of the shit we heard previously.
Well, I got to tell you who that is, dude. I'll let you finish playing.
All right.
I'm digging in, I'm grinding in this bitch, stacking that mood with the petty, the money, I'm feeling it, the hate everywhere. But you know, I'm sticking to the script. Come from the club for these lame niggas, they feeling me. Fresh on the scene, like, hey, shout out to my friend bitch. Clean as a bitch, sipping slow. On my hand,
That's a different person, obviously.
Yeah, another dude rapping.
Okay, so who was the first person?
All right, well, you know who the rapper is? Whose song it actually is? Do you remember Timmy Rude Boy?
Timmy Rude Boy.
The one that we were like ripping on his song and talking all kinds of shit.
Oh yeah.
So him and I kind of talked. We straightened it out and everything. So he sent me. He said, I got another song, man. I want you to check out. Which this one, even if you don't agree with what he's saying, at least the words evoke emotions. It's not just that dumb trap music that we hear a lot.
It's actually not terrible. I mean that wasn't bad. It actually wasn't bad at all, honestly.
No, it was actually pretty good.
Pretty decent. Decent shit, actually. Yeah, very
shit.
kind of lyrical on that. So yeah, definitely. So
Yep. So that is Timmy Rude Boy, man. I thought that would surprise the fuck out of you. Like, what?
Oh. Yeah, that's pretty. Hey, dude, that's a glun, man.
That's a glun. Good luck, niggas.
I'm gonna glun that one, man. So. Because that verse, that was his verse. That was the only verse he had.
I think he was the. If I'm correct, I think he was the second dude to rap.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't.
Should we?
You didn't tell me, dude. We were talking over that, so you. Jesus Christ, man.
Well, we can continue playing it, I guess.
We can go back and hear the second verse. You don't.
All right. I think he was the second dude rapping. I'm not 100%. Here we go.
Like a Rolex. Yes, I got that butter special for you cluckers. We on that 1980 type shit. I swear it's more to the game than you think it is.
Now this is that first verse.
I'm in the same synthesis. Living a life in the city, corrupted as a kid. Doing the business of juvie. Now tell me, can I live? Trying to get back what I lost, and that's a lot of shit. I got the mind of a getter, and so I'm getting it. Straight out the mud, I'm digging in, I'm grinding in this bitch. Stacking that mood with the petty, the money, I'm feeling it.
There you go.
But you know, I'm sticking to the script. Come from the club for these lame niggas, they feeling me. Fresh on the scene, like, hey, shout out to my friend bitch. Clean as a bitch, sipping slow. On my hand, it's here. Goddamn, I'm a motherfucker. The opposite of you cocksuckers. Somebody tell me where my switch is. I got the gas like a broke up. I'm in the city like Frank Nitty on overtime. Trying to make moves I can't lose, I won't mind. Look me in my eyes, you see the hood and the reasons why. I do what I do, it's real, I don't fantasize.
Okay. That's cool, man. I'm digging it. Definitely a glun, man, on that one. So
nice. So yeah, see, man, that's kind of funny that a few months ago it was a fun or actually shit, a year ago, whenever we played his other song that he sent us.
Yeah.
So this one we're feeling this one.
Feeling that one, man. So but I think we're feeling. I think I don't have much else. I think I kind of got my thing going with the
suicide thing, huh?
The suicide thing, just because that was just so fucking depressing,
yeah. I didn't. That was another dude I didn't expect to go.
Yeah, well, that's what happens sometimes, man. I mean, what do you want to do? So.
Yep.
But anyways,
on that note, fuck sandwiches.
Fuck sandwiches. Yeah, we'll see about getting. Hopefully, we got this stereo mix coming up better, but we'll see how it works.
working on it, man.
Working on it.
You
Always
know.
continuing working and continue working in more ways than one for the rest of the fucking week. Yeah. Anyways, this has been the Nothing Sacred Show for the 12th of June, 2018. I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there, bitches!
Fuck off. Kill yourself.
God, I may do so if I continue to have to work in this shithole.